here at home. A recent increase in fires near the U.S.-Mexico border are allegedly linked to the passage of migrants through the area. Here to discuss these fires is founder of Restore San Diego, Amy Reichert. Amy, long time no chat.
Great to be here. Thank you,
All right,
Paul.
so you're saying, first of all, we're in the midst of this immense fire season. We're in the fire season, and we have fires seemingly popping up, like what, there's 8 going on right now?
Yes, in fact, we have a huge border fire that's going on right now, and 4 aircraft were deployed yesterday.
So it's expensive to fight these fires, which we'll get to, but so we have these 8 fires going on. You think, and you have the data to back it up, that 7 of those 8 were started by people crossing the border? Is that, how do you know that?
Absolutely. Well, just as a concerned citizen, I noticed that there was an increase of border fires. So I submitted a Public Records Act request to CalFire, and I just got the results 2 days ago. In the month of May alone, there were 8 border fires. 7 of the 8 were linked to illegal border crossers. The 8th fire started in Mexico.
So how do they know that? I mean, how do they determine a cause of a fire so early in the fire?
Well, wow, as I went through these reports, it was really startling, the kind of things that the firefighters were reporting. They were saying things like, we encountered a group of 50 migrants. And they claimed that they didn't have anything to do with the starting of the fires, and they do the arson investigations. 2 of the fires were labeled arson, by the way, and they can determine that by the forensic evidence, the evidence of white ash in the campfires.
All right, so so in the books, in the records that you have that we can make available, or I'm sure are available on your social media, this is an official report saying that these fires were started by people crossing into the country illegally. 7 of the 8, and then the 8th one was started on the other side of the border. That's pretty damning evidence.
It is, and when you think about how this puts lives and properties in jeopardy, specifically, this is not a victimless thing that just happens in canyons. These are farms too. So
we're talking about it puts the border crossers' lives in danger. It
Yes.
puts the people who are trying to work border control in danger. It puts firefighters in danger, property and people's animals and whatnot are in danger. But it's also, put that on one side, it's also expensive because of what it costs to fight these fires.
When you have heli-tankers being deployed and air tankers being deployed, yesterday 4 alone, that is really expensive to taxpayers in the county and the state.
So then how do you make politicians aware of that so that perhaps that can be thrown into the hat as it relates to what are we going to do about the border situation?
So that is why I am here, because I tried. I reached out to elected officials who represent East County, and I got answers like, well, they have fire trucks that are on standby. And my answer was, yeah, those are called fire stations. We need to do better, and we need to have resources that are available at the border to respond quickly and promptly to these so that the entire county isn't threatened. For
people who want to see that information request that you have, where do they go to find you on social media so that they can look at it?
You can find me on Twitter, well, it was formerly known as Twitter, X, and it's at AmyFOR San Diego. I'm also on Instagram.
Because one of the cool things, I started following you recently, and I thought what you did with that, you put a camera up on the bike lane, the $27 million bike lane, and you saw that 7 people use it in 1 hour's time or a half hour's time. And I'm just curious, do you think, I assume your point was the $27 million well spent here?
So that's our heart at Restore San Diego. We're not just protecting San Diegans, we're also a government watchdog. And that video can be found on my social media channels, and it's had tens of thousands of views, showing 2 miles of bike lanes that cost taxpayers $27.5 million. And I stood there for 30 minutes and I only counted 5 bicycles.
And that's just after it opened. So
yeah.